He gets a block. Got him on room. Wide open answer for Grace. He'll be out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and what a return to get this offense on the cusp of a score. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will have the opening possession of the game. A lot of tight finishes when the Gophers and the Badgers battle for the Axe. Minnesota taking a tight one last time out.
And I promise you, Wisconsin's heard about that all year long. Minnesota getting the Axe. Here you see the film, you see the highlights of it, Palmer, and you want to change that starting today.
Yeah, and I think Minnesota's expecting Wisconsin's biggest punch and their best punch in this game. You're going to get it anyway because this is the biggest rivalry game they play all year, but because of how last year finished and winning that game so close, they knew Wisconsin was going to come out firing in this game.
They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. You take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chomped up yardage, moving down the field to score that opening series.
The Badgers offense has the ball for the first time. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Well, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense. And if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He'll try to take it back.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job on the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Leaves it with the running back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Golden Gophers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full, because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Sneak gets it done.
It's just so nice to have a signal runner. He can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Paul Bunyan's axe is one of the great trophies in college football, but you know, they used to play for a slab of bacon before it disappeared. Would you rather play for an axe or a slab of bacon, Dave?
Absolutely. I'd rather play for axe. Way more tough, way more manly. And by the way, I don't eat bacon anyways. I don't need the food. Palmer, give me the axe.
I'm going to go bacon, because bacon makes everything taste better, and it's the smoky notes that really give it that extra little flair. So I'll go bacon, but can I cut it with the axe?
Second down, he'll throw. Fires left. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Takes it the other way. 2 touchdowns on the board in the early. Touchdown, Minnesota! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Complete to start this drive. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Let's take just a moment here and talk about Wisconsin. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Here's the handoff. Sweet cut there. He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down, using the quick game. Crosses the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. First play of the period, 1st down here. We reach the break. It's Minnesota holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Still making moves. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Can't get him to the ground. And the runner is down, and so is the flag.
Hold on.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Out of the backfield, he's open. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the 1st down, and let's see if they go for it here. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. to score. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. Got that second again.
Back's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Gopher.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job of getting blocks and establishing this running.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it in the middle, it's Sexton. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll leave it with him. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The Badgers headed quickly to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Finds his back in the middle. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Vick. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. And the Badgers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the grab. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Motion from the wideout. They'll go back to the ground. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The Badgers can really attack on this 2nd and short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Trying play action. Caught close to the marker. It's Thomas. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They'll immediately call timeout. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Addison. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Why not trying to get it in? Touchdown, Badger! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, needless to say, they needed that touchdown. They're down by a lot of points here in this game, and finally something goes right for them offensively. They put the drive together. They score here at the end of the first half. Now, in the second half, they need a lot more of this, and they're going to have to go tempo. They're going to have to stay aggressive, but maybe this gives them the confidence they need to stage a comeback. We'll see.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. Won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Back open in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive in this. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. Here's the...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell the defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That's caught. It's Gray. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Get it out on the screen. Still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Badgers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. With the run on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the D deny them on second and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. A run for the quarterback. And he'll be stuffed. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
And, man, that is a great tackle. And your safeties have to be great tacklers, especially nowadays with all these quarterbacks that want to run. These good athletes like this guy right here. Nice job being in space, getting him to the ground. That is a tough ask, but, man, did he do it right there.
He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That cuts the lead down to 28-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, I believe someone calls it the Conference of Champions. Pac-12 action today. Boise State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Colorado State.
Turning it on! They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Bulldozes his way through. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches.
Touchdown, Minnesota! And the punishment has been extended. Fellas, I tell you, the Gophers are starting to give the Badgers the business end of that axe.
Yes, they are, Reese. I'll tell you what, the Gophers taking the lead in this rivalry game late in the ballgame, they are set up in the way they're built. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, when you think back to all the great games in this rivalry between these two schools, it usually comes down to the team that's the most physical. And so far here, it's been the Gophers being physically dominant in the trenches.
The drive starts from their 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Hard in the backfield. It's Clay. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Trying to move the sticks on third down. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pressure coming. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Leaves it with the back. Fights off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Breaks it in the open. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Gopher. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Pocket breaking down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Addison. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Ball is loose. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And the Badgers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. To throw. Grab over the middle. It's Vic. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll pull it on the read. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
These read options are so hard to diagnose, just like right there. He picks up a little chunk of yards, not a big chunk, but it's so easy when you run the read options.
Why is that? Why is it easy?
Because if you want to play fast to the football, well, then fine, I'm going to pull the ball right now and to use your aggressiveness against you. But if you want to sit back, then fine, I'm going to give the ball right now and get a little chunk of yards.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. After making one field goal, he'll need a little distance on. This one a 40-yard try coming. Absolutely perfect.
I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you got to be way more aggressive.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done well over 100 yards rushing in this game. The defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away.
And man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and